Jim, go into someone else's rink and get a lot of shots.
Spokane's doing exactly what they want to do right now.
Out front, Perfoski, and his shot stopped by Becker. And after a shaky start, remember, Becker let the first one get by him. That was the Frazier goal. He's made 4 saves now.
Well, Becker's been around the league. He's 19 years old. He's not a rookie. He knows what he needs to do. Here's a look. See Spokane finishing their checks behind the play there. That's what you want to do, too. You want to always finish the check. You always want to take the body. Some big news today in the Western Hockey League, Rich, with Medicine Hat coach Dwayne Sutter losing his job.
One of the many Sutter brothers. Daryl Pulvinich, the general manager, will take over as coach for the Tigers, who are at the bottom of the Eastern Division. This face-off will come back outside the Spokane end. There's a lot of connections between Medicine Hat and Spokane, not just on the ice and certain players. There are a few Spokane players that grew up in Medicine Hat. There's the officials tonight. Tommy Kowal, the referee. Sardison and Dunnigan, your linesmen. We talked about Brian Maxwell and his coaching in Medicine Hat. Tim Speltz, the general manager of the Chiefs, also worked in Medicine Hat. The hat, I'll bet it's a little chilly in the hat right now.
The big thing about Sutter losing his job, Rich, is that he is one of the Sutter brothers. He gave up a good scouting job with the Chicago Blackhawks to take the coaching job in Medicine Hat. And this is his first year as a coach, and Dennis Polonich gave him the pipe, and he's taken over dual role, coach and general manager. It just goes to show you, you just never know what's going to happen when you're in the coaching field.
Is that a ceremonial pipe, or I've never heard that expression.
That must be a Canadian expression.
Here comes the Rockets up ice, Jamie Butt, and his shot way off the mark. It rebounds in the corner. Butt gets it back, a big collision, loose puck, and it's around behind the Spokane net. Chiefs trying to clear. Ryan Phillips can't center. Dennis Pinfold controls for the Rockets, and he'll shoot it around. Tyler Romanchuk back to scoop it up, and he'll bring it up ice. One benefit when you've got a guy that's played up front who goes back on D, he can carry the puck, and that's what Romanchuk just did. Carried it all the way to the blue line. He keeps it in. His wrist shot off the skate of the Rockets' Mike Pearsall. Trying to keep it in is John Duvall, carried out by John Varga. Varga, along with Barkley Swenson, broken up. Here's Paxton Schulte up to Polidin. Podolin with a backhand stopped by Calvert. Corey Stock behind the net controls it for the Rockets. Good check there. Schulte digs it out. He's very dangerous along the boards. He has the strength to take the puck almost anywhere he wants. Rockets come away with it. Spokane on top 2-1. We're almost halfway through this first period. Back to get it, Kevin Sawyer. Rolls it around behind the Spokane net. And Paxton Schulte, the captain of the Chiefs, with it. Good forecheck, poked away by Frazier. Trevor behind the net, trying to get it to Alan Eglin. He centers out to a point, and the Rockets keep it in. Drew Shenik sends it down into the corner. Swenson can't center. Chiefs dump it down the ice. There'll be no icing. So Dallas Thompson has to collect it behind the Rocket net. He'll drop it off to Drew Shenik. Shoots it up to Eglin. Met at center ice there by Sean Gillum. And the Chiefs, Gillum comes away with it. He'll play it towards the Rocket zone. Brian McCabe. Back to Romanchuk. Up to Scott Townsend. Cross ice pass McCabe. Drop it off to Bure with a shot. Saved by Calvert. Loose someplace. Calvert stops it. A backhand by Bure, and Calvert has the puck. And that's really the first time we've seen Valeri Bure get loose tonight.
As we mentioned before the game began, Bure, one of the assets he has is a quick release. He's not afraid to shoot the puck, and he can shoot the puck without breaking stride. Watch this, quick snapper, uses the defenseman as the screen, and then the Spokane Chief line mates go to net, and Bure picks up and tries to stuff it. He gets knocked in, and that's going to cause a lot of commotion. Anytime your star player gets knocked to the ice, look for your teammates to step in there.
Bure, a second-round pick of the Montreal Canadiens. You know, very rarely does a young player make the Canadiens roster, and Bure being 18, he might be in Spokane for yet another season.
That's a good point, Rich. I can't remember any underage player ever playing for the Montreal Canadiens.
Wasn't the Rockets a underage?
You probably have. That's probably right. The Rockets. That's a long time ago.
I got that from Craig West, the radio announcer for the Spokane Chiefs. I won't take credit for that one.
Rocket
Albert.
Richard.
I won't take credit for it. Dan Kopic back to touch. Icing will bring it down to the Tacoma end. We'll take a timeout. We're halfway through the first period. The Chiefs of Spokane lead the Rockets 2-1. Welcome back. Spokane with the puck inside the Tacoma zone, and Randy Favaro misfired out in front of the net. The Chiefs have a 2-1 lead here in the Dome. Rockets clear the puck, however. Moving it out to center. Big hit as Profosky taken down. And a penalty coming up. We'll get our first power play of the night. Jason Profosky is sandwiched between Chiefs right now. And referee Tommy Kowal has got his hands full.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to see number 11, Lance Burns from the Chiefs. He's going to get called 2 minutes for either holding or interference.
We'll find out who gets the power play when we get back. We'll take a timeout. 2-1, Spokane on top. Sean Gillum and Tyler Romanchuk in the penalty box for the Chiefs. And Jason Prosovsky in the penalty box for the Rockets. In the wash, so to speak. It's a Rocket power play, their first of the night. Jamie Black out to Kwiatkowski. His shot stopped by Becker. Rebound shot, and it kicks back out through neutral ice. All the way down into the Rocket zone.
Good penalty killing by Spokane, 80%. That's excellent.
Yeah, both of these teams are very good penalty killing units. They're both over 80%. This is Jamie Black, former Portland Winterhawk. Great year here in Tacoma. Black heads it at a left wing out to Kwiatkowski. Sends it across the rink to big Mikhail Sikora. Sikora, his shot never got to Becker, and it rebounds out to Schulte. Short-handed, here come the Chiefs, Schulte and Bure. Two very talented guys whom I think you'll see in the NHL within a few years. Rockets on the first power play of the night. They trail this hockey game 2-1. We've got 8 minutes left in the first period. John Varga bumped as he bounces into the Spokane zone. And the Rockets are offside, so the face-off comes back between the blue lines.
A little bit surprising. The Rockets power play is only clicking at 22% efficiency. That means they only score 22 times out of 100. I thought it would be higher. They're scoring a lot of goals this year, Rich, and I thought their power play would be up over 25%. Brian
Maxwell pacing behind the Chiefs bench. Rocket power play halfway through. Barclay Swenson centering this power play unit for the Rockets. Brian McCabe trying to clear it, and he does. Well, no, it did not squirt across the blue line, but it's a moot point now as it's back into the Rocket zone. Pearsall moves it across to Sikora, up ahead to Swenson. He rolls it ahead for John Varga. Puck behind the net. Kevin Powell in there to help along with Swenson. This is Powell with it at a left wing. Rockets on the power play. Mike Pearsall out of Chicago. Rolls it around behind for Varga. John Varga's also from Chicago. A couple of Americans on this roster for the Rockets. Pearsall at a point trying to stave off Scott Townsend, and Townsend comes away with the puck. Up to Bure. He couldn't control, and a penalty behind the play. Looks like a high stick, as there were only 9 seconds left in the Rockets power play. And Tommy Kowal, the referee, has another call.
That's correct. When Pearsall lost the puck along the boards, Townsend was going by him, and Pearsall just got a stick up on him accidentally, but he's going to get 2 minutes for high sticking.
So Pearsall's in the box, and now the Spokane Chiefs will enjoy their first power play in 9 seconds. It's 4-on-4 hockey, and one of the Chiefs getting set to escape the box. Gonzaga and Washington, the Huskies and the Bulldogs, women's college basketball, right here on Prime Sports Tuesday night, January 5th, 9:30 p.m. Don't miss it. Jamie Black wins the drop. He sends it back to Adam Smith. And the Rockets now will be shorthanded for the first time. Mikhail Sikora will kick it to neutralize. And the Chiefs' power play starts now. Sean Gillum is out of the box. And here comes Valeri Bure with a head of steam. Bure stroked away nicely by Adam Smith. A fine young defenseman. Bure with a centering pass taken away, and here come the Rockets. Black is shorthanded with Sikora. Black in the slot, a shot. Becker a stop, and the rebound is wide of the net. Nice opportunity for the Rockets shorthanded. Alan Eglin is deep in the Spokane zone. A one-man penalty-killing unit as some fresh skates come on for Tacoma. And the Chiefs start their power play rush up ice. Sean Gillum ahead for Valeri Bure. On with Podolin and Schulte and Scott Townsend. Townsend in front of the net, looked for the deflection, couldn't get it. Podolin for Schulte. Paxton Schulte behind the net. His centering pass kicked away. And the Rockets come away. Varga plays it ahead. Big hit there. Loose puck. Varga's got it. Shoots, scores! Johnny Varga shorthanded. And the Rockets tie the game at 2. Boy, how things can change in a moment on the ice. Varga shorthanded. And he ties the game at 2 apiece.
John Varga, the Chicago native, has a lot of speed. He's going to jump on the loose puck. Big hit. And here's Varga breaking away. Bure's trying to catch him. Can't do it. He goes up top shelf, up over the blocker of Becker. Good shot at John Varga, giving the old pump. Yeah, shorthanded goals are always sweet.
46 seconds left in the Spokane power play, and the Chiefs will try to get something set up. Shorthanded, John Varga. Kevin Powell with the lone assist. Brian McCabe up ice for Spokane. Whistles it around behind Calvert. Up to a wing, trying to dig it off is Dana Reeder. He can't center. Reeder along with Lance Burns in the corner. Reeder comes away. Burns trying to poke it loose. Good defense by the Rockets. Jason Kwiatkowski. Dana Reeder can't center. Kwiatkowski still on him. Now Drew Shenik pokes it loose. And finally the Rockets clear it. And the Spokane power play comes to a close. 5 minutes left. First period. We've got a good one. Tied at 2. Mike Pearsall back into his zone. Fires it ahead to Barkley Swenson. Pass up to Sikora. His shot. Becker made the save. It was right on. And he holds it.
A lot of people in the West Division believe that Sikora could be the most valuable player of the Western Hockey League this year. Big shot there. There he is. A good shot of him.
6th round pick of the San Jose Sharks from Czechoslovakia.
He'll stay in the same colors once he turns pro. He's a great player. San Jose got a steal by taking him in the 6th round of the draft last year in Montreal.
He is a big, big impact player. I mean, he's 6'4", 220. That type of big. Tyler Romanchuk with the puck behind his. Can't clear it. Drew Shenik keeps it in for the Rockets. Chiefs power play has expired. And it's a 2-2 hockey game. Here come the Chiefs up ice. Derek Dakota along the board. Centers it, and it's taken away by Dennis Pinfold. He spun around on a good check by Schulte. Crowd wanted a penalty. Shenik can't clear, and a shot from the point gets by, or goes wide rather, of Calvert. Up ahead come the Rockets. Stopped at his blue line. Good hit on Ryan Phillips. Pearsall runs it down center circle. Shoots it ahead for Jamie Butt, and it's a 2-line pass. The face-off back into the Tacoma zone. This program authorized under television rights granted by the Western Hockey League. Any publication, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of Prime Sports Northwest is prohibited. Here's that hit by Paxton Schulte. We'll get it for you in a moment. There it is.
Here it is. I think that's Sean Byrne.
Was it? It is.
Yeah, it is Sean Byrne. Grabs Pinfold. That's a penalty. the referee didn't see it.
Looked like an old clothesline from the old NFL days.
That's exactly what it was.
Rockets clear the puck. Smith hit hard along the boards, and part of the glass has come out. Referee Tommy Kowal making sure all the spectators are all right, and they will try to repair the glass.
Shouldn't take him very long to slide that back in, Rich. Here's a look at the hit that knocks the glass out of its place.
This is
a
not
good hit.
This is not on the ticket. Be aware of flying glass.
Ooh, that hurts.
Hello.
Adam Smith, 16 years old, takes a vicious hit. He got hit by both Chiefs.
Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians in that situation. When you watch a hockey game as a fan, Dauber, do you like sitting down that low next to the glass?
Most fans do. When I go watch a game, I like sitting up high in the corner so I can watch the plays develop. A lot of fans, though, they want to sit right there, right behind the benches, right behind the nets, close to the ice. I prefer to sit up higher.
I guess that's why you see the sign on the board there, don't hit the glass. I guess that's why they put that sign up there. The Winterhawks and the Thunderbirds are our next telecast. That should be fun. Sunday, January 17th, live right here on Prime Sports Northwest. That's the Seattle Center Coliseum. The Winterhawks in second place in the division. The Thunderbirds are in third place. Seattle is just headed out on the road. They've got a 4-game Eastern swing after a win last night over the Moose Jaw Warriors. So the Thunderbirds and the Winterhawks on Prime Sports on the 17th. They have repaired the glass. It's a 2-2 hockey game here with 4 minutes left. Here's some Western Hockey League scores. Brandon has defeated Prince Albert. Saskatoon a winner. John Varga after the puck. Varga held up along the boards. We'll be giving you NHL, Western Hockey League, and maybe a few scores from the NBA during our intermissions. We have a very special guest in our second intermission tonight. Of course, all our guests are special anyways, but we'll have a couple of interviews for you. Bruce Hamilton, the president of the Rockets. We had a chance to talk to Valeri Bure coming up on intermissions. Paxton Schulte trying to center. Around behind the net, Jeremy Stasiuk. He can't center the puck, and Scott Townsend pinned on the boards. Townsend hits the deck along with Schulte. Schulte away with the puck. Out to a point. Dan Kopech can't center. Finally, Kopech controls it. Backhand there by Townsend into the corner. Chiefs doing a nice job of keeping it in the Rocket zone. Now Alan Eglin controls, and he clears the puck. Out to center it goes. Kopech fires it back in. And it will be touched, icing the call. He'll bring it down into the Spokane zone. 2.5 left. First period. It's a 2-2 hockey game. Adam Smith, he's one of the fine young players in the league, Jimmy. He's a guy that many feel will be one of the superstars of this league in a year or two.
Yeah, he's only 16 years old, already playing a big role on the Tacoma blue line, gets a lot of ice time, hasn't put up a lot of big numbers offensively, but a very steady defenseman. Oh, there's the linesman. Whoa! Lots of action out there.
Barry Becker with a nice save. Tyler Romanchuk trying to clear it. There's Romanchuk coming right into your living room. Bure working along the boards. Valeri escapes, and here come the Chiefs. Bure upended from behind. That's a Rocket penalty, and the Chiefs will get their second power play of the night. A trip, it looked like. And Bure and the Chiefs will be a man up.
Anytime you pull down the superstar, you're going to get a penalty. That's exactly. Watch Bure starting to take off. Little hook gets in there. Yeah, that's 2 minutes for hooking. They have a new rule in the National Hockey League this year that if the referee decides that you actually took a dive, you're going to get a 2-minute minor for delay of game.
Bad acting.
Bad acting.
Trevor Frazier in for the hook, and so now Bure and company get a power play. And for Brian Maxwell, comes at a good time. 2 minutes left in this first period. It's a 2-2 hockey game. And if the Chiefs can connect, they could go into the locker room with a 3-2 lead.
We didn't mention on the Chiefs' first power play, but they do have one of the best power plays in the league. 27.5% going into tonight.
The Rockets are very good penalty killers, allowing power play goals a little over 17% of the time. So some interesting numbers collide on this power play, which right now is going nowhere in a hurry. Bure up ice to McCabe. Headman's it ahead. Favaro drops it left side. Townsend out to a point. McCabe with a shot. Never got it off. It might have been deflected by Sikora. Townsend in the corner. Down to Schulte. Oh, big hit there. Schulte trying to dig it out of that corner. He and Sikora battling. Townsend comes away with the puck. Out to McCabe. Winding and shooting. His shot is deflected high over the ice, and it's kicked out to center. Scott Townsend for the Chiefs. Stopped by Drew Shenick. Shoots it down ice. Remember, the last Spokane power play resulted in a Tacoma shorthanded goal. And the Rockets now have 18 shorthanded goals this year. That's phenomenal. This is game number 38.
That is phenomenal. To have 18 shorthanded goals in the season is remarkable, but to have them in the first 38 games is incredible.
Half a minute left, first period. Game clock is about 6 seconds behind that power play clock you see. Bure will get one last rush off as we come to the final moments of the period. 17 seconds left in the period, and you can see the Chiefs power play has fizzled. It expires with the puck deep in the Spokane end. Favaro plays it to Pecker dangerously. He'll hold on. 4 seconds, or rather 5 seconds left, and the puck throws, and the face-off comes in the Spokane end.
That's how the last game ended that we did, Rich. Seattle against Portland. Scott Nickel from Portland tried to give the puck to Joaquin Gage, the Portland goaltender, slid between his legs, and Blake Knox was there to knock in the winner in overtime.
Becker's played pretty well after that shaky start. And right now the Chiefs will just try to make sure they win this face-off and do not give the Rockets a shot. With 5 seconds left, Barry Becker at the weight. Eglin wins the draw, out to Sikora. One shot, there it is, and it's wide of the net. And we're done with one here in the Tacoma Dome. The Spokane Chiefs, trying to end a long drought on the road, have come into the Dome and have a tie hockey game to show for one period of play. Spokane and Tacoma tied at 2 after 1. We've got a lot planned in this intermission, so stick around on Prime Sports Northwest. Home sweet dome so far for the Rockets this year. They've won 18 straight in this building, but it's the Chiefs of Spokane who have come in, and after one, it's a 2-2 hockey game. Ready to start period number 2. The Rockets, Marcel Como, their head coach. Jim, what do you think went on in the Rockets locker room?
I think he has to be happy. I thought they played a pretty good period. Both teams did.
How about the Chiefs? What do you think Brian Maxwell told them?
Just told them, you got to keep going forward, boys. This is a hot team. We got to take it to them. We got a tie in the first period. Let's try and take the lead here in the second period. They played real well, and they have to be very happy considering they just had a tough loss last night in Kamloops. It's not easy to get on the bus after a game for 6 hours.
Tyler Romanchuk had an assist on that Podolin goal. And so the Chiefs see this face-off go all the way back into the Tacoma zone. And it will be Podolin who will take the drop. Podolin matched up with Barkley Swenson. Podolin trying to center. He's got Schulte in there to help. Finally gets it loose. Podolin out front, shoots. Calvert save, rebound. Calvert stopped him twice. And the Rockets clear the puck. It'll be icing if touched first. Race for the puck. John Duvall gets there first. Boom! With some help as the pair of Duvall and Varga crashed and burned behind the net. That is not fun to do.
That's dangerous right there. You see John Duvall still down. He might be hurt. Watch this. Podolin comes out from behind the net, gets one shot, rebound comes right back to him. He's got to go top shelf there. He's got to put it up and over Calvert. Calvert was down and out. Podolin needed to lift it up over him and roof it, so to speak. Didn't get it done. Podolin's only 16 years old. Looks like Duvall should be okay.
His older brother played for the Spokane Chiefs a few years back. Murray Duvall. There's a lot of ex-Chiefs right now in the NHL. There's a whole line of guys that have worn the blue and red. Face-off controlled by the Rockets. Mikhail Sikora out to center and rolls back into the Rocket end. Jamie Black across to Adam Smith. Black bumped off the puck. Chiefs come away with it. Kevin Sawyer, he can't control. Played it ahead to Townsend. It's taken away by Black. Sikora flips it up ice. And a two-line pass. Some of the names of Spokane past. You have to look at guys like Brent Gilchrist playing with Edmonton now. Darcy Lowen, a fan favorite from Spokane, is now playing with Ottawa. And of course, the two guys that helped provide the juice for that Memorial Cup championship, Pat Falloon and Ray Whitney, right now in San Jose. Mickey Bakota right now in New York with the Islanders. Travis Green has been up with the Islanders this year. Darcy Wakaluk, goaltender for the Minnesota North Stars. And John Clem, a defenseman, guy who used to play the position that John Duvall is playing. Clem has been up and down with the Quebec Nordiques this year. There's your shots on goal. Fairly even as we enter the second minute of this second period. And here come the Chiefs. Up ice is Randy Favaro. His centering pass is kicked behind the net. I would suspect, Jim, that in a few years you'll be able to name former Rockets that are in the NHL. The Rockets have only in their second year in existence. They really haven't had time to get anybody up to the National League. Duvall shoots it ahead. It's scooped up. A loose puck. Marty Flickle with it. His shot stopped by Barry Becker. And the Chiefs clear the puck through neutral ice. Kwiatkowski can't control it. Calvert to stop, and he'll drop it off to Jason Kwiatkowski. Came over from the Prince Albert Raiders. Kwiatkowski will run it down along the boards. Rockets sending it around behind Barry Becker. Sean Gillum trying to escape the zone, can't. Stopped at a blue line. Here comes Ryan Phillips. His pass. Becker swats it into the corner. Good hit there. Sean Gillum out to a point. There's a shot just wide from Dallas Thompson. And a scrap going on. Jamie Butt. And I think it's Sean Gillum. Jamie Butt and Sean Gillum. First scrap of the night. Robert, do you want to take the honors of this one and go blow by blow? Or?
It doesn't surprise me to see these two guys going at it. Gillum, number 24 from Spokane in the white. He's a 16-year-old rookie defenseman.
He's looking for the bulldog here, and he gets it. That's a two-point takedown and a pin. And
Jamie Butt's a 16-year-old also from Tacoma, and they've been running into each other all night so far. In the first period, Gillum laid a wicked hit mid-ice on Butt.
We will take a timeout as these two cool off. Still tied at 2. 2.5 gone by. We're back after this on Prime Sports Northwest. Here we are, 2-2. Rockets and Chiefs, the two combatants, are sequestered in their respective penalty boxes. And the drop will be to the right of Spokane goaltender Barry Becker. Becker, incidentally, getting an assist in the first period. He assisted on the Podolin goal. Schulte winds it up the boards. And it rolls loose into the Rocket zone. Adam Smith runs it down. Fires it out to center. And that will be offsides. The faceoff coming back to neutral ice.
Pretty clean game so far tonight, Rich. With the past history of these teams, the first 3 games of the season have been very aggressive, very violent, so to speak. I thought tonight we'd have a lot more fisticuffs, but so far only 1 fight. I believe in the first 3 games, these 2 teams combined for 715 penalty minutes.
They had 390 minutes the last time they met in this building. And a lot of ejections. Up ice, Podolin with a shot, and then Calvert got a piece, but I think it might have hit the post on the far side. Podolin all alone behind the net, couldn't control the puck. Rockets try to clear. Drew Shenik can't bust it by the blue line. Finally, he kicks it out to center. Shenik plays it up to Kwiatkowski. Jason's pass rolls along behind Becker. Chiefs deep in their own end. No power play, but the Rockets trying to forecheck it loose. Paxton Schulte in to get it. Fires it ahead for Scott Townsend. Calvert clears the zone himself. Schulte trying to fire it back in. The Chiefs come back onside. And so the Rockets have to work it out. They do. Up ice comes Corey Stock. Stopped by Kopech. He'll roll it over to Townsend. Bumped off the puck. Townsend dumped in the corner. Dana Reeder here is there also, and he can't center. Rockets finally get it out. Kwiatkowski's pass up to Varga. He'll shovel it in behind Becker. Woo, that thing came right back up in the crease. And the Chiefs bring it out. Dana Reeder stopped at the blue line. Larry Bourret's line is on now. Bourret trying to get that puck off the boards. He sends it back into his own end. And Dan Kopech has to retrieve it. Around the boards, Black stops it for Tacoma. Eglund in the corner. Frazier shoots and scores!
Wow.
Trevor Frazier's second of the night from Alan Eglund.
What a shot, Rich. That's an NHL shot right there. Real men wear black. What a great shot. Trevor Frazier, NHL caliber. His second goal tonight.
Here's a look at it.
This little feed out, and it's a one-timer. Boom. Snaps it. Becker keeps going down. That's high on the glove side. You've seen on all 3 goals tonight by the Tacoma Rockets, Becker, Spokane's goaltender, has gone down on his knees. That's what we call, he's a flopper.
That is Frazier's second of the night, 13th of the season. And Tacoma has their second lead at 3-2. They led it 1-0 early on. Rockets stop it. Kwiatkowski's shot ping-pongs its way into the corner. Duvall's clearing pass will be icing if touched by a Rocket. Kwiatkowski does the honors. The faceoff comes back in the Spokane end. We'll take a timeout. The Rockets have scored first here in the second, and they lead the Spokane Chiefs 3-2. We'll be right back. Just as we come back, the Rockets make it 4-2, and you see how stunned Barry Becker is. Dennis Pinfold, along with his mates, crashed the net, and the Rockets have made it 4-2. I think it was Pinfold who touched it last.
I love how the players go to their benches and get high fives. Here it is, just a shot off the backboards, bounces out funny in front. There's Pinfold, 1, 2. His second whack at it gets in behind Becker. Dennis Pinfold being at the right place at the right time, only his 4th goal of the season.
Just moments after the Rockets make it 3-2, 5 minutes into the second period, Pinfold makes it 4-2.
Tacoma's famous this year, Rich, for striking quick.
Dallas Thompson had the lone assist. out of play, and the drop will stay, I think, inside the Tacoma end. Dallas Thompson, the lone assist on Dennis Pinfold's 4th goal of the season.
Just kind of a lucky, fluky bounce off the backboard. Came right in front. Dennis Pinfold was all alone in front of Becker. Becker made the initial save, and Pinfold stayed in there and put in the rebound.
4-2 hockey game. It will be interesting to see how the Chiefs react to this. Spokane behind for the first time tonight by 2 goals. A wrist shot by McCabe is wide. Kevin Sawyer out to a point. Schulte with a shot, and it's wide. Varga trying to clear, can't get it by McCabe. Back for Schulte in the slot. He couldn't control. Podolin to Schulte, out to a point. Sawyer with it. A shot off the crossbar. Podolin thought he had a goal, and a wide of the net. Stasiuk missed, and it's out through neutral ice. In fact, Paxton Schulte put his stick up as if to celebrate that goal. Icing will come down to the Tacoma end, and this should be an interesting sequence to watch. Podolin's shot hit the crossbar, and Schulte reacted as if it was in the back of the net.
And Jeff Calvert's going, thank you. The goalpost and the crossbar are the goalie's best friends. Here it is again. Sawyer just directs the puck. Look at all alone. Schulte. There's Podolin. He had his arms in the air, hit the post. Then Shennick comes in there. Here it is. Sawyer, Podolin all alone. There's a backhand. Here's the rebound. Off the post and crossbar, Rich.
I thought it just hit the crossbar.
Okay.
It's tough to say. You know,
tough angle there.
From your first reaction, it almost looked like it hit the top of the net and then came down. But on that look, there's a blast from the blue line by Duval that's wide. From that look, it looked like crossbar and then came down. Marty Flickle rolls it around behind the net. And behind the play, we've got Mike Pearsall and Randy Favaro. Favaro and Pearsall. And it's Favaro who probably, if we were scoring on the 10-point must system.
A couple of quick lefts in there. He wants more. He's not finished. Rich, most guys who fight in hockey are right-handed. There's a Vancouver Canucks fan.
Favaro just joined this team, and he's on his way out.
Look at those shoulder pads. They make the equipment a lot better than when I played here in the Western Hockey League back in the late 70s. We didn't have shoulder pads like that. I can guarantee you that. Wow.
Favaro on his way out. It will be interesting to see if Pearsall gets the thumb also. It was not a clean break after the fight, and that might be where the problem is as far as these penalties. We'll take a timeout from the Tacoma Dome. It's heating up. The Chiefs trail the Rockets 4-2. Five minutes for fighting to both Mike Pearsall and Randy Favaro, and a 10-minute misconduct for Favaro, and so Brian Maxwell, the Chiefs head coach, will lose his services for the rest of the second period. He'll be back, though, in the third. As the Rockets clear it to neutral ice, back to get it in his own end is Brian McCabe. Up ice, McCabe. Stopped at center. Black plays it ahead for having trouble approaching the other zone. Johnny Duval. Kwiatkowski with it. Shoots it ahead, and here come the Rockets. Up ice comes Ryan Phillips. There's a shot from Barkley Swenson that's wide of the net. Out to a point, Dallas Thompson can't keep it in. And it's down into the Tacoma end. First one to touch, Kwiatkowski, and we've got icing. It'll come back into the Spokane zone. 4-2. Rockets on top. Coming up on Prime Sports Northwest, men's college basketball live from the Martin Center in Spokane. The Idaho State Bengals and the Gonzaga Bulldogs live Wednesday night, 7:30, right here on Prime Sports Northwest. Spokane bench playing tonight without Ryan Duffy and Maxim Betts, two of their top offensive players.
That's right. We haven't mentioned much about Maxim Betts. However, just before the break, his last 2 games against Medicine Hat.
Becker, I think, got a piece of it. And Schulte clears the puck for Spokane. At his own line, John Duvall. Shoots it up ahead. Here comes Jason Podolin. He and Kwiatkowski meet in the corner. Podolin still tied up with Kwiatkowski. Jeremy Stasiuk. He can't get it up. There's Schulte with a blast from the wing. And it's stopped nicely by Jeff Calvert. Rockets come up ice. Schulte pokes it loose. Paxton will send a whistler in. It's stopped by Calvert. Drew Shenik shoots it ahead. Burns runs it down for the Chiefs. Spokane trailing 4-2. Up ahead to Dana Reeder. He tries to center for Townsend. Bumped off the puck. Burns in behind with it. Taken away by the Rockets. Out to a point, kept in by Dion Darling. Down low for Burns. Tyler Prasovsky clears it for the Rockets. Dean Kletzel with it. 4-2, Tacoma on top. Almost the midway point of the second period. Barry Becker up the board. Adam Smith plays it right back in. A lost edge there by Dion Darling. That can be a disaster. Out to a point. Smith sends it into the corner. He was looking for Marty Flickle. His friend Flickle. Around behind the boards it goes. Krasovsky. Rockets trying to center the puck. Nice job defensively by Dana Reeder. Flickle in the corner along with Kletzel. Kevin Powell can't control it. Profosky. Cross ice for Smith. Down low to Powell. Powell being manhandled. Centers the puck and the shot is wide. Becker holds on. Lots of bodies on the deck, but no penalties.
The fans want one.
Barry Becker holding on for dear life.
Good containment look by Tacoma. There it is. He tries to jam it out in front. Gets tackled. No penalty. Becker jumps on the puck. Here it is again.
Good job by Sean Gillum.
He's all over him. Should be a penalty there.
Now wait a minute.
You can tell I played forward. I wasn't a defenseman. If that was me and that guy was on my back, I want him getting a penalty.
First replay you said no penalty. Second replay you said penalty.
That's a penalty.
4-2 Rockets on top. Brian Maxwell happy it wasn't a penalty. Loose out front. Frazier's shot is wide. Jamie Black can't center. Townsend trying to clear. And the Chiefs work it out. Townsend with a 2-on-2. Townsend in first. Drops it to Bure. Bure around behind the net, and he goes down in a heap with Adam Smith on his back. And the Rockets come away with the puck. Now Tacoma on the move. Sikora kicks it loose. McCabe for Spokane. Up to Bure. Valeri Bure. Boy, they don't want to give him much open ice, do they? He has an escort everywhere he goes, and he's taken down with a high stick. That'll be a Tacoma penalty and a Spokane power play. I don't think Bure was hurt, but the stick was up and he went down. And the meeting of minds along the boards inside the Spokane end. If the Chiefs did not retaliate, this should be a Spokane power play. We will get the verdict from Judge Tommy Kowal after this timeout. We'll return after this. Here's a look at the penalty with Valeri Bure trying to avoid it, and the Chiefs apparently have retaliated.
Look at Alan Eglin. Gets the hook in there, pulls him down.
Down goes Bure, however.
Good forechecking by Eglin, but he got a little bit too carried away there.
However, Kevin Sawyer retaliated, and so there'll be no power play for the Chiefs.
That's what I would consider a bad penalty, a stupid penalty, an untimely penalty. Sawyer didn't have to step in there. There was nothing going on. His team's behind 4-2. They've only had one win in their last 15 road games. And Mr. Sawyer, you don't have to do that, buddy. Have a little discipline.
So the Chiefs, deep in their own end, try to work the puck out to center. Neither team is shorthanded. Paxton Schulte stopped at the line. Podolin has to run it down at center ice. Drops it back for Tyler Romanchuk. Up for Schulte. Taken away by Jason Kwiatkowski for Tacoma. Around behind Becker. He's bumped off the puck. Corey Stock in to get it for the Rockets. Rockets up 4-2. Things have really slowed down, Jim, over the last 5 minutes.
Good point, Rich. It's been a little bit sluggish. Real good first period. The second period's been very sluggish.
Jeff Calvert watches it behind. Kwiatkowski clears it. And the Chiefs in their own end to pick it up. Dan Kopak. Up ahead for Stasiuk. He rolls it around. Lance Burns tries to center. Nobody in the slot, though, for Spokane. Varga missed the check. Found a lot of the wall. Burns for Spokane. He had Kopak out front. Now Burns rolls it around behind for Dean Kletzel. Varga can't clear it. Stopped at a point by Dana Reeder. Here comes Reeder down the boards. Out top, Kopak, his shot deflected, loose, and it never was touched by Calvert, but it rolled right by. Out to a point, a shot, Calvert makes the stop. Turning away, John Duvall. Kopak again with a shot, saved, loose out front, and the Rockets cleared the doorstep. Calvert was out of position, and he got some help. I think it was Mike Pearsall who cleared the puck. Back to get it, Drew Shenick for the Rockets. Pearsall fires it to center. Finds Jamie Butt. He'll roll it in around behind Becker. Out to play it. Chiefs clear the puck. Here comes Spokane. Up by Sean Gillum. Ryan Phillips can't control. Neither team with the much consistency offensively. Here come the Chiefs on a rush, and a shot off the stick of Brian McCabe. Stopped by Calvert.
Calvert's playing with a lot of confidence, Rich. We saw him play quite a bit last year. This year he's coming out and challenging the shooters, playing his angles, and he's just playing with a ton more confidence than he did last year.
Valeri Bure. All alone, Bure cutting to the net, does center, but the Rockets go away with it. Whistle, penalty.
I think the net came off.
The net did come off.
And that probably should have been a penalty.
I was watching the Rockets as they tried to escape the zone. You see Tyler Romanchuk, who's getting a taste of defense tonight.
The Chiefs.
Here we go. That's the greatest comeback in National Football League history. As Buffalo comes back to beat Houston. Philadelphia beats New Orleans tonight. This is the Jim Dodson scoreboard. We will hit the ice in the intermission and check out the NHL.
I watched that first football game, the Buffalo-Houston game, before I headed up I-5 from Portland. Unbelievable. They're up 35-3 in the third quarter, and Buffalo comes back without their leader, Jim Kelly.
Frank Reich.
Good quarterback.
Here it's 4-2, Spokane trailing. Around behind Jeff Calvert, Paxton Schulte has it for the Chiefs. Leaves it off for Jason Podolin. Tied up in the corner is Stasiuk. He and Kwiatkowski push and shove. Podolin in to help. This has been about the story of the period right here. Not much has gone on since that initial flurry by Tacoma. Becker will stop it. Fire it up the boards. Darling can't clear. Duval to Schulte. Cross ice pass. It hit a Rocket. And it's touched. It's offside.
I think what's happening, Rich, is both teams just had a week or off for the Christmas break. They just come back, and they both played last night, so they're tired hockey teams. They're a little bit out of shape right now. There's a good little hit there. And they're just playing sluggish hockey. They're tired. There's not a lot of spark, not a lot of drive, a lot of clutching and grabbing going on. Jason Podolin's had a pretty fine game so far. He's quickly becoming one of the star players on the Spokane Chiefs.
Lots of basketball coming your way on Prime Sports. Women's basketball, Stanford Cardinal, Oregon State Beavers. Friday, January 8th, 8:30. Right here on Prime Sports Northwest. The Cardinal and the Beavers.
I think that the Spokane Chiefs really missed Maxim Betts and Ryan Duffy tonight.
They have yet to really get their entire unit on the ice. You know, all the cylinders firing with a healthy Paxton Schulte.
Craig West, their play-by-play radio guy, was telling me there's been very few games this year when all three 20-year-old overage players have been in the lineup on a given night.
Now come the Chiefs. Another telling statistic about this Spokane team is how they've done in one-goal games. They're 3-11 in one-goal games. Rockets were offsides as they pierced the blue line, and it comes back out to center.
The Chiefs have done a pretty good job of keeping the Eglin, Black, and Fraser line in check. Of course, Fraser has 2 goals, but one of them was right off a face-off. Or pardon me, one was on a quick break there. Actually, they haven't had that many good scoring opportunities, that line.
Shots in the period, the Chiefs have 9, and the Rockets have 7. You're scoring with us at home. Lance Burns out to center. Adam Smith guns it in for the Rockets. Into the corner goes Jamie Butt. Drops it for Marty Flickle. And here come the Chiefs. Up ice comes Dean Kletzel. Drops it off, and a shot by Reeder is high as it deflects over the net. Dana Reeder back to get it. Out front it goes. Loose in the slot. Here come the Rockets away with a 3-on-2. Haven't seen much of this lately. John Varga is in offsides. He dropped the pass off and was waiting for Marty Flickle, who was about 5 strides behind him.
I think John Varga made an ill-advised pass there. He should have kept the puck himself.
And so it'll bring the face-off back outside the Chiefs' end, and still we haven't seen a whole lot of movement from either team since that initial Tacoma 2-goal flurry. 4-2, Rockets on top, 3:42 left in this second period. Next time you'll see us, Sunday, January 17th, live. Right here, 6 o'clock, Winterhawks and Thunderbirds. Portland, the number 2 team in the West, the Thunderbirds 3rd place, and that's in Seattle.
If that game is half as good as the first game we did on December 18th, it's going to be a thriller. That was a good hockey game we did on the 18th up in Seattle, Rich.
Thunderbirds won that one in overtime. Jamie Butt is parked in the penalty box. And Kevin Sawyer in the box for the Chiefs. So neither team shorthanded. Though both teams over the last 10 minutes have played like they've been shorthanded. Here comes Bure. And he comes, and his shot deflected. Rockets clear it. Up ahead goes Black. Becker out to stop it. He'll leave it in the corner for his teammates to deal with. Dan Kopech pays for that clearing pass. And the drop will come outside the Chief zone. It's a souvenir.
Cincinnati Red stand picks it up.
For a moment, I thought it might have been Lou Piniella, but I was mistaken.
Lou might be down here from Seattle checking out the Rockets and the Chiefs. Brian Maxwell, he was a defenseman. He was a tough cookie when he played in the National Hockey League, Rich. Tough guy. Played the game hard.
Face off to the left, Becker.
I hope that the Western Hockey League adapts a new rule change in the NHL where when both teams get penalties, they go to 4-on-4 instead of 5-on-5.
Yes.
Right now, we'd have a great 4-on-4 situation.
My question is, when Wayne Gretzky comes back to the LA Kings, will they adopt an unorganized as they bring it into the Rocket zone? Not your prototypical dump and chase, is it?
Another rule change this year to try and cut down on fighting in the NHL, and it's working. Fighting's down 44%.
There's Bure, his pass out front to McCabe, and the net comes flying off. That'll stop play.
Rich, fighting's down 44% as compared to the same time last year. And another good thing, they said, well, if you quit fighting, it's going to cause a lot more stick infractions. However, high sticking majors are down from 26 to 14 from a year ago. Boom. That's not how you go down to block a shot. I think that's Drew Shenik. You don't go down head first. You don't want to put your face in front of that puck. Good effort. I'm just kidding, Drew. Good effort there.
They'll face it inside the Rocket zone. With a minute and a half left in the second period. Still a 4-2 Rocket game, and it's skipped by Duval. He's got a Rocket on his tail. Bure kicks it loose to McCabe. 2-on-2. McCabe in with Townsend. His shot in traffic goes wide of the net. Frazier trying to clear. Kept in by Kopech. His shot wide. Even when the teams have had shots, they've had trouble at least getting him right on net. Touched by Bure. And icing comes back down into the Rocket zone.
Another player that the Rockets are missing tonight is a rugged Russian defenseman, Alexander Alexiev. He's out of the lineup. He's a big guy. He's 210 pounds.
There's a look at Mikhail Sikora. And Marcel Como.
He is. He's looking dapper tonight.
He sort of has that almost the Johnny Cash look.
How exciting it is for Marcel. Second year here in Tacoma. 18 wins in a row, going for number 19 tonight at home.
Puck all the way into the Spokane end. We've got a minute left in this second period. 4-2 Rockets. It was 2-2 after one. Bure plays it ahead for McCabe. Taken at the line by Shenik. McCabe comes right back in with Townsend and Bure. There's a backhand that's wide of Calvert. Sikora holding Townsend along the boards. Whew, big hit by Duval as he railroaded Varga into the boards. That time you see is time left here in the second period. 4-2 hockey game. Sikora finds the referee Cowell. Here comes Romanchuk in with 9 seconds left. His centering pass swept away. Can't clear it though. Reeder with one last shot, and it's deflected in traffic. That will do it for the second period. After 2 early scores, sort of a lethargic period here in the Tacoma Dome. But the Rockets will head to the locker room with a 4-2 lead over the Spokane Chiefs. We are live in the Tacoma Dome. 1 period left. Rockets lead the Chiefs 4-2. We'll be right back. You're watching the Western Hockey League on Prime Sports Northwest.
Expert advice.
However, it's kind of nice being in the underdog situation. Nobody expects Spokane to come back and win this hockey game. Tacoma's won 18 in a row at home. Spokane's only won 1 of the last 15 games, so there's no pressure on them in that respect. but of course Coach Brian Maxwell, he wants to win. Hey, he's just going to tell us guys, we play good for 20 minutes, we can walk out of here with the win. I don't think Tacoma's been playing very good tonight.
Do you think the third period will be much different from the second? There's a look at the shots.
Well, Spokane's been playing well. I think the difference in the game is Calvert's outplayed Becker so far.
Power play numbers, Spokane 0 of 2, and they gave up a shorthander. Remember that Vargas shorthanded goal on their first. And so we start things with the puck in the Spokane end. John Duvall for the Chiefs trying to clear. Picked loose by Corey Stock. Rockets rolling in. Vargas trying to find the handle. Does, and it's deflected, and Becker will hold on. As it was Stock in the slot that got a piece. Barry Becker has seen a total of 19 shots. He has stopped 15 of them. That coming into the third period. He is a big piece, at least the Spokane people hope that he's a big piece of the puzzle, because goaltending for this Chiefs team had been a struggle and a question mark coming into this season. They really missed Scott Bailey.
We talked about it in the open. Coach Brian Maxwell expected Scott Bailey to be back as an overage. The Boston Bruins kept him in their organization. He's playing in the East Coast Hockey League. They really miss him. You need good goaltending to win in junior hockey.
You know, it's a franchise that has a history of great goaltending. There's a shot that's high the head of Becker. You go back to Troy Gamble and in his days in Spokane, Trevor Kidd. There's a shot. Becker made the save. Loose, and a shot that is up and over the glass.
Great effort there. I believe that's Alan Eglin.
Eglin coming in after Becker made the save.
This is interesting. It's almost like it's in slow motion. Black gets his shot off here. Look at the loose puck there. Becker's trying to get it. Great effort by Alan Eglin. Just didn't get the right stick on the puck in the right angle and chopped it up over the ice. Over the net, pardon me.
17 saves by Becker. My point about goaltending, you've got guys like Gamble and Trevor Kidd and then Scott Bailey. Those are awful big skates to fill. And not too many franchises in the Western League can look back over the last 5 years and pick 3 goaltenders as quality as that trio.
No, that's exactly right, Rich. Great point. Those are 3 outstanding goaltenders.
This is Dana Reeder approaching the Tacoma net. Reeder rolling it up to Lance Burns. Kicked away. Burns gets it, shoots it, loose in the slot, and a hand pass from Dean Kletzel. That should bring the drop away from the Tacoma net.
You mentioned former Chiefs in the National Hockey League. Right now, Kidd is paying Trevor Kidd's paying his dues in Salt Lake City for Calgary's Farm Club, and look for him to be up with the Flames probably next year.
Apolloon, Ray Whitney, along with Kidd, guys like Kerry Toporowski, defenseman John Clem. That was part of that Memorial Cup championship for Brian Maxwell and the Chiefs. That came in the 1990-91 season, but a lot of the names have changed. A lot of the faces also. And the Chiefs, a second-place finisher last year, have dipped to 6th place right now in the West. It's an awful young team. It's only going to get better. There's a backhand by Stasiuk. And a return shot there by Sean Gillum. Here come the Rockets with a 3-on-2. John Varga offside. In early, I think, was Mikhail Sikora. Neither team has had much success on their rushes, not only getting shots, but just coming in on size.
We haven't seen a lot of odd man situations. We haven't seen too many 2-on-1s or 3-on-2s, and it seems, Rich, as you just mentioned, when we do, somebody's going offside or they're waiting too long to make the play. Hasn't been a great, crisp hockey game from that standpoint. Been a lot of clutching and grabbing going on, and it looks like we have 2 tired hockey teams out there tonight.
Spokane down 4-2. They have the puck. This is John Duvall. Rolls it into the Rocket zone. First one back, Adam Smith. Up ahead for Eglin. This line of Eglin, Black, and Frazier have connected twice tonight. The icing brings it all the way back into the Tacoma zone. We'll take a timeout. Just over 2 minutes has escaped from this third period. Rockets 4, Chiefs 2. Welcome back to the Tacoma Dome. As we return, the puck not cooperating, leaves, at least temporarily, and they'll redrop it inside the Tacoma zone.
Rich would like to say hi to all my friends out there throughout North America because they're picking them up on satellite dishes all over North America. So hi to everybody. Send you my best, and I hope everybody has a great 1993. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned right here to Prime Sports Northwest.
Holiday greetings from the Dauber.
Yes.
What's wrong? You didn't send Christmas cards? Are you?
I'm too busy. I've got twins that are 3.5 years old now, Rich, and believe me, there's not enough hours in the day anymore for the Dauber.
I find that very hard to believe. Eglin sends it deep inside the Spokane end, and this battle of icing will go all the way back to the Tacoma zone.
You just wait. When you and Renee have a couple of children, I'll be reminding you.
Yeah. 4-2, Rockets on top. The Golden Bears and the Ducks, women's basketball, Friday, January 8th, 10:30 on Prime Sports Northwest. Here, it's a 4-2 hockey game with the Rockets of Tacoma trying to extend their home winning streak to 19. That would be 3 short of the Western League record set by Medicine Hat back in 1985. Dana Reeder out to a point. Gillum rolls it down the board. Reeder trying to dig it off. Rockets clear it. And it's Gillum who runs it down. In comes Reeder with a shot, and Calvert snatches it with a right hand. Good glove save.
Jeff Calvert is playing with a lot of confidence, and that's what happens when you win. He's 21-5. Look at him. He comes out, doesn't have much to shoot at. Good glove save. He's been coming out and cutting off the angles for the Spokane Chiefs shooters all night long. He's already had 21 saves. I think he's been the difference in the hockey game myself so far tonight with 17-19 in the third period.
Some say he's the difference in the Rockets' season. Tacoma coming in at 26-11. Now to a point. There's a shot from Sawyer, and Calvert again with the glove save.
You see, instead of standing in the back of the net, he's coming out and challenging the shooters. And we keep mentioning Jeff Calvert and Tacoma. Look at this. Just comes out there. No problem. Look how far he is out of the crease there. That's what I'm saying. He comes out and challenges the shooters. Tacoma's won 22 of their last 27 games, Rich. We keep mentioning they're on a 18-game winning streak here at home. They've won 22 of their last 27.
They played an awful lot of home games. In fact, this is game number 23 at home. So in the second half of the season, Marcel Como and the Rockets will spend a lot of time on the road, and that will be the true test for this Tacoma team.
That's correct. I know Marcel Como, Don Clark, the assistant coach, and President Bruce Hamilton, they're well aware. They still have a long season to go. They're still going to be challenged by the likes of Seattle and Portland and perhaps Kamloops for first place, so it's a long ways from over. But if you win at home, that's all. Isn't that the old saying? Just win at home, baby.
Face-off controlled by the Rockets. And length of the ice it goes. Becker will stop. There is no icing. Romanchuk leaves for John Duvall. Paxton Schulte, haven't called his number yet in this third period. And up ice come the Chiefs. There's a shot from the blue line by Stasiuk. Varga trying to poke it out. Schulte keeps it in. Rockets clear it nicely. Up for Varga, and it's by him into the Spokane zone. Chief trying to wheel it out. Stasiuk stopped to the blue line. Tyler Romanchuk back to get it. John Gillum. He's stopped by Jamie Black. Gillum with a puck. His shot wide of the net. Not only have neither team been able to muster much offense lately. They haven't been able to get the puck in the hands of their goal scorers. Here comes Black as he's upended. Great job defensively by Jason Podolin.
That's right. Podolin is a forward. He just got stuck covering back on defense there, and he made a great play. Jamie Black, one of the slicker players in the league. Podolin laid down and made a great defensive play.
Here's a look at it.
Here it is, one-on-one. Jamie Black, look at Podolin. Slides right in there. Kind of caught Black with his head down making that move. Great defensive play. You don't see forwards. I tell you, when I got caught playing defense, Rich, I didn't do that. The guys walked right around me and scored. Wow. Yeah, I scored 66 goals my last year with the Portland Winterhawks in 79-80.
Townsend and Black. Black controls out to a point, and a shot by Sikora stopped by Becker. Trevor Frazier escorted into the net. And the faceoff will come inside the Spokane end. Let's take a timeout. 4-2. The Rockets on top of the Chiefs with 15.5 minutes left in this third period. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the Tacoma Dome. Spokane trying to clear the zone. They get it out to center ice. It's a 4-2 Rocket lead. Spokane in their own end. John Duvall off to Danny Kopech. Here's Valeri Bure. Haven't seen him much tonight. Bure avoids a check, gets a shot. Calvert makes the stop. McCabe can't control it. Mikhail Sikora for the Rockets. The check moves it through neutral ice. It goes into the Spokane end. Chiefs back to retrieve it. That's Tyler Romanchuk. He's played pretty well on defense tonight, Jim.
He has, and Brian McCabe, number 4 for Spokane. He's usually a defenseman. Coach Brian Maxwell has him playing left wing tonight. He was the key player from Medicine Hat in that big blockbuster 8-player trade.
He's a guy that might go high in the draft coming up next June.
That's what they say. They predict him to be a first-round draft choice.
Kevin Powell rolls it through center ice. Romanchuk for Spokane. Rockets play it back in. Give up. There's a shot there by Marty Flickle as the Chiefs gave it away in front of their net. And Flickle's shot stopped. This is very dangerous in your own end.
Well, that's a 16-year-old mistake by Gillum, but he recovers and makes a good play there. I really am impressed with number 24 right there, Sean Gillum. 16 years old, 6'1", 173 pounds. I think he's been very impressive. It's going to be nice to watch him develop here in the Western Hockey League.
John Varga and Paxton Schulte in the Spokane end. It's Varga that controls the drop, but it squirts by defenseman Drew Shenick out to center ice. Varga drops it off for Profosky. He can't center from the corner. Forsovsky still tied up along the boards. Good battle going on in the corner. Out to a point. There's a shot by Kwiatkowski and a glove save by Barry Becker. And he'll hold it. This first period of tonight's game flew by. It was a very fluid period. 2-2 after one. 4-2 Tacoma 5 minutes into the second, but since then a lot of starting and stopping. And a lot of this. A save with a goaltender holding on.
Both goaltenders are playing quite well. Not a lot of offensive opportunities for either team, Rich. I thought that in the second period, actually, Spokane had the better scoring chances, and yet Tacoma scored both goals of that period.
Scott Townsend wins the draw for Spokane. And here come the Chiefs up ice, trying to get something started, trailing 4-2. They forgot the puck, however, and Alan Eglin sends it back in. Frazier trying to bump it loose for Eglin. He has set up a couple goals tonight. And away with the puck comes Valeri Bure. Chips it in. Ahead for Brian McCabe. Bure forechecks it. And a whistle stops play.
I think it was a delayed offside.
We'll take a timeout. Not a delayed timeout, mind you. 4-2 Rockets. We'll be right back. Mikhail Sikora with a shot. Jamie Black deflects it, but Barry Becker apparently made the save. A very quick sequence as we come back from commercial. And Becker holds on. It's still a 4-2 Rocket lead. Here's a look at that last shot. Almost an offside.
And there's Sikora. Stops, puts the brakes on, snaps it towards the net. There's Jamie Black. That's what you want to do. You want to always throw the puck towards the net. You always, as a forward, want to go to the net because good things happen. You get rebounds, deflections. Here it is again.
And nice job by your man Gillum again.
Gillum, 16 years old, exactly playing a good positional hockey there. There's 4 16-year-olds playing on each team tonight. That's a lot. 4 16-year-old players on both teams.
Randy Favaro, one of those 16-year-olds, wearing number 16. Drops it off to Dana Reeder with Favaro. Back for Favaro. He couldn't get a shot away. And the Rockets wheel it out of their zone. Barkley Swenson up ahead for Kevin Powell. Powell to the net. He's brought down. And the face-off should stay in the Spokane zone.
Good-looking young kid there. Here's Powell going to the backhand, trying to cut around the defenseman. The defenseman pulls him out. He goes flying in and knocks the net off its moorings, which didn't happen back in my day, Rich, because they were on about 6-inch or 8-inch posts, and they never came off those posts very easily. Another good change in the sport of hockey.
A sport that has been slow to change. However, some good signs coming from the NHL. Here's a 2-on-2 for the Chiefs and a little bit of open ice for Dana Reeder. Sends it ahead to Randy Favaro for the wraparound shot, and Calvert was there to make the stop. Reeder was still in the crease. And now Calvert stops it and holds on.
Good play there. Favaro just holds on to the puck, uses the net. Watch this. Uses the net as a screen. Comes right around. Tries to wrap it in. There's Calvert already there. See, he's down though. What Favaro really needed to do was come out a little bit more and try and lift the puck up and over Calvert. Easier said than done.
So they'll drop it in the Tacoma zone. 8 minutes gone, third period. Still 4-2. Tacoma still on top. Length of the ice it goes. Becker will have to play it. Drop it off. Kevin Sawyer for Spokane. Trying to get it to Jason Podolin. Now to Jeremy Stasiuk. Here's some Western League scores. The Loops. Regina on top. Swift Curtin Saskatoon finished in a 4-all tie. Here it's 4-2 Rockets.
I'm surprised there's as many ties as there are in the Western Hockey League, considering they play a 10-minute overtime. In the National Hockey League, they play a 5-minute overtime period.
That's a rule I would like to see the NHL adapt from the Western League, the 10-minute overtime. Overtimes in the NHL are basically two teams trying not to lose. So the drop will come back into the Rockets' end. John Duvall has had a busy night, as has Brian McCabe. If you're interested in coming out and seeing the Rockets, you have lots of opportunities. January 12th, the Cougars. A big bowling tournament on the 17th. Celebrity waiters at Red Robin. One of my favorite restaurants, Tri-Cities on the 22nd, Prince Albert on the 23rd. Big hit, and down in the corner is a Chief. I don't believe there'll be a penalty. However, obviously that's got to hurt. And we'll see if we have a look at that on tape. And here's a look and let's see what happened.
Yeah, I didn't see really what happened there. That's Bure with the puck there. Adam Smith chasing them.
Ooh, he checked him from behind right into the boards. Here's another look. Let's see how far away he was from the boards.
Adam Smith doing a good job. Bure's trying to get away from him. Caught him off. Ooh.
Got him off balance, and into the boards he went. And let's hope that Valeri Bure is okay. We'll take a timeout and return to the Tacoma Dome after this timeout. Penalty box, obviously. Here's a look at it, and we'll see if we can catch the penalty.
Look up here in your upper left-hand corner. There's Pinfold going to finish his check. Gets his elbow up.
It's a good call.
That's a very good call. That was a penalty.
So maybe this is the spark that the Chiefs have been looking for. They're 0 of 2 on the power play, and they've given up a shorthander on one of them. And Valeri Bure is back in the lineup. Bure is out for the power play.
He's playing the left point, left defense on the power play. They're going to try and set him up here.
Pinfold in the box for 2. McCabe from the point. His shot hit Jamie Black. Spokane is down 4-2. Trying to draw within 1. This is power play number 3. Podolin to Bure, and his shot was high. Podolin gets it back. Out to Bure to point. McCabe. Right side Schulte for Podolin. And it was deflected wide. McCabe can't keep it in. And down it goes into the Spokane end.
That was a tough break there. If McCabe could have held that puck in, Jamie Black from Tacoma had lost his stick. And what you want to do is just work on that guy 2-on-1.
Bure trying to control it. In traffic. Up ahead. Podolin taken away and cleared. Spokane power play. Loose puck, shooting and scoring is Schulte, and the Chiefs with a power play goal make it 4-3. Paxton Schulte, his second of the night.
You know, it's always guys, there's Calvert going, what the heck happened? He went back to get just a lucky bounce off the boards. We saw Pinfold get one from Tacoma, and now Schulte. It always happens to goal scorers, Rich, you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Watch this, they dump it in, McCabe dumps it in. Calvert goes it takes a bad bounce off the boards. Right in front, Paxton Schulte, 4x6. Thank you very much. Here it is again. Great shot here. Watch it go along the boards there.
Hit an edge.
Hit an edge. Came right out in front. Holy moly, that's the break Spokane was looking for.
They're calling the goal unassisted. Schulte's second of the night, his 14th of the season. And the power play goal has Brian Maxwell and company right back in business.
There should be an assist on that goal. They'll probably add it later.
Kwiatkowski plays it in around behind Becker. So the Chiefs back within a goal. Spokane trying to wheel it out of their end. They can't get it out. Here comes Kevin Powell out front, and the shot is high. That off the stick of Marty Flickle. Back come the Chiefs. Lance Burns. In comes Burns. Has Reeder out front. He drops it off for Favaro. Kwiatkowski leaves it in center circle. In comes Flickle. He's greeted by Dana Reeder. John Duval for Spokane. 4-3 now. Tacoma on top. Chiefs can't clear it. Kwiatkowski keeps it in. Sends it into the slot. Loose shot. Save. And holding on is Becker. He turned away Barkley Swedson.
Flickle's having a real good year. Number 12 there. 28 points in 30 games. Well, Duval missed it.
And Swenson scooped it up, but Becker was there.
Here's a previous save we're going to take a look at. Good pass here. Flickle redirects it as it's getting knocked down, and it just went wide.
Thanks to Jim Dobson's lobbying, they have added an assist to that last Paxton Schulte goal. Brian McCabe gets the lone assist. Dauber, the McCabes, thank you for your efforts. There's Calvert stopping the puck. And the faceoff stays in the Tacoma zone. 9 minutes, 10 seconds left. Tacoma led 1-0 early in the first period. Saw Spokane score 2 quick ones and then tied it 2-2 after 1. It was all Tacoma in the second period. The Rockets scoring a couple of goals made it 4-2. And here in the third period, another slow, sluggish start, much like the second period. And the Chiefs on the power play get a strange bounce off the boards, and Paxton Schulte's second goal of the night. Back to action we go. 9 minutes left. Jason Kwiatkowski trying to clear. Gets it ahead to Varga. He's got a lot of speed. Varga coming in. He'll shoot. Saved by Becker. Varga gets it back in the corner. Rockets control it in the Spokane end. From the point, Kwiatkowski's shot deflected. Schulte sends it ahead for Stasiuk. And way out is Calvert. He's upended as he clears the puck. Chiefs with it in their own in the Rocket end. Tacoma brings it out. Varga trying to play it ahead. Taken away, though, by Scott Townsend. He'll shoot it ahead for Jeremy Stasiuk. His shot wide, rolls behind the net. Calvert stops it. It's up on the net, and that will stop play. All of a sudden, Jim, this game has opened up a bit.
It's going to open up. There's 8:17 left here. They're going to suck it up. They've got, they're both tired hockey teams. They both played last night. A lot at stake here.
It's been a busy night for both Jeff Calvert and Barry Becker.
Good move by John Varga. There's my man again.
Mr. Gillum
uses him as the screen, and a good save by Becker. A routine save.
So we're down to 8:17 left. A 1-goal hockey game. Bure trying to center. And here come the Rockets. Frazier trying to send it ahead for Alan Eglin. Eglin and Duval into the corner. Frazier has a couple goals tonight. He can't control. Bure kicks it loose, and out comes Brian McCabe. Sends it ahead to Scott Townsend. Calvert out to flop it over the board.
That's a penalty.
And that should be a penalty. I don't think it was deflected. That should be a 2-minute penalty.
That will
we'll
be
wait and see. Here's the shot at it. If it's not deflected and Calvert sends it over, that should be a 2-minute penalty. And it is.
That's a delay of game penalty, and that's called both in the National Hockey League and in Major Junior Hockey. A goalie cannot shoot the puck over the glass. It's an automatic 2-minute penalty. Spokane's back in the game, Rich.
Yep.
They need their guy, Bure, to score a goal here.
1 for 3 on the power play are the Chiefs. They scored on their last one. Out to a point, McCabe. There's Bure. His shot stopped by Calvert. It rebounds into the corner. McCabe trying to keep it in. Eglin clears it. So Jeff Calvert, a delay of game. There you see the Chiefs. Spokane 1 of 3 on the power play. One of those 2 miscues resulted in a shorthanded goal for the Rockets. 4-3. Tacoma on top. Up ahead for Schulte. He's upended. Into the corner, Townsend. Back down low. Schulte up to McKay. Back for Schulte. Kicked loose. Bure has it. He sends it down towards the slot, and it's deflected wide. It never got to the net. Back behind. Townsend out front. Schulte a shot. Calvert stops it. Can't find the puck. It's behind with Townsend. Out to Bure and a point. Back down to Townsend. He's got Podolin out front. Bure to Townsend. Back to Bure. His shot. Looking for a deflection from Schulte. Never got to the puck. Halfway through this power play. 55 seconds left in it. Rockets shorthanded. Black up ahead. Looking for Eglin. Taken away by Jason Podolin. 3-on-2. In comes Podolin. He shoots. Calvert makes the save and holds on. And the Rockets come in trying to protect their goaltender. Paxton Schulte and Alan Eglin there renewing old acquaintances. They look rather cordial in the crease. Jason
Podolin, that whole shift, was standing in front of the net. He wanted a good move here. Uses the defenseman. Good shot. Goes to the net. Knocks over Calvert. Going for the rebound. Watch it here. And
Podolin may be getting a penalty here. Ouch. That doesn't feel good.
No.
You get the skate right
Look
there.
at-
Look at Calvert.
Goes right to it. You can tell he's hurt.
And into the penalty box goes Jason Padola. That's a big call because it wipes out the Chiefs' power play. Padola, wow, 2 minutes for roughing. So he's in the box. And
Coach Brian Maxwell's giving Cowell an earful. He doesn't like the call. He's going, come on, what did he do? He was just going to the net, looking for a rebound. I tend to agree with Coach Maxwell. I don't know if that was a penalty or not.
Tommy Cowell, the referee. It will also mean the Rockets have a power play in half a minute. Roman Chuck over to a left side, and a shot by Reeder is stopped. Another shot by Reeder, this one wide of the mark. Reeder with the puck out front. Dana Reeder couldn't get it on his stick and never got a shot away. Johnny Varga comes out to center ice. Varga along with Kevin Powell. Up for Powell, and he was offside.
It seems like every time John Varga makes a up-ice rush with the puck, he's either offside or one of his line mates are offside. Here it is. Varga, the Chicago native, has a lot of speed. You can't make the move outside the blue line, Rich. You got to make it, once you get over the blue line, make that move. Here it is. Give Spokane a little bit of credit, though.
So with the offsides, there are 12 seconds left in the Calvert delay of game.
The Rockets need a big shift from their gunners here. They've got them all out there. They've got Jamie Black, Alan Eglin, and Fraser. They got Sikora. Look for, this is a big power play. 6:01 to go in the game.
4-3, Tacoma on top. They will enjoy a power play now in 5 seconds. They'll have roughly a minute and 20 seconds on the power play, and it's Sikora who starts it up ice. Frazier escapes the box. Stopped at a blue line. Sean Gillum, shorthanded for the Chiefs. Sikora, up ahead Eglin. That's almost a 3-line pass. That's a no-no. Offside will come back inside the Tacoma zone.
Good idea by Sikora. That's what you want to do. Headman the puck, make a nice up-ice pass, get the puck in the other team's end to set up your power play. Good idea, but you have to step over that blue line first, Mikal.
You can do that in college hockey, though, can't you?
That's right. They don't use the red line as a 2-line pass, so that would be okay in college, but not in junior, not in the National Hockey League either. Don Clark, Marcel Como, wondering, are they going to hold on for their 19th straight home win?
Don Clark, the brother of Toronto Maple Leaf Wendell Clark. And I believe Kerry Clark. Where's he? Salt Lake City this year?
I'm not sure where
Here come the Rockets. Kwiatkowski couldn't get a shot away. And the net off its pinnings. And a rocket hit the deck. Trevor Frazier got a face full of ice and the net. And here's a look at it.
He's wondering, hey, where's the penalty? Going to the net here, watch it. Oh, Paxton Schulte. What did he do? Oh, he just came in and cross-checked him in the head and into the net and all that good stuff. Now, people out there watching this game, that is definitely a penalty, but the referee has to see it to call it, and he did not see it, obviously. Paxton Schulte, number 27, 20 years old, overage player. Off to a good start here with the Spokane Chiefs.
Jamie Black wins the drop. There's a shot from the point that's wide. Spokane is shorthanded, trailing 4-3. Sikora for Kwiatkowski. Bure shorthanded, trying to cause problems at the blue line, and he does just that. Frazier at a left wing, he can't center it. Chiefs doing a nice job shorthanded. Tyler Romanchuk along the boards. And the drop stays in the Spokane end. 5 minutes left in the hockey game. 35 seconds left in this Tacoma power play. Next time you'll see the Western Hockey League on Prime Sports Northwest will be on Sunday, January 17th, 6 o'clock. The Winterhawks of Portland, the Thunderbirds of Seattle. We're in the Tacoma Dome tonight on a cold Sunday night. Paxton Schulte has 2 of Spokane's 3 goals. And the Chiefs shorthanded win the draw and send it down the ice. And we're into the final 5 minutes of this hockey game. Mikhail Sikora. Up ice he comes. Power play down to 20 seconds. Sikora to the net. He'll shoot, and Becker made the stop. Rockets trying to set up that box on the power play. Schulte flips it high above the ice, and that should kill the Rocket advantage. 4.5 left. Spokane looking forward to getting back to full strength. They're looking for the tying goal. Here comes Dan Kopak. Drops it off to Lance Burns. Rolls it behind the net. Burns gets it back. Rolls it around. Randy Favaro with a pass out front, and Calvert is there to stop it and hold on with 4:10 left in the third. Here's another look at it.
Good chance. Dana Reeder. Nice quick pass here. Watch him go to the net. Reeder's going to one-time it. Good glove save. Jeff Calvert. I've said it before. I'll say it again. He's been the difference in this hockey game right there. Jeff Calvert, that third goal obviously was not his fault. Just one of those bad bounces that we see happen in the sport of ice hockey.
Now the Chiefs, down by a goal, send out Lance Burns for this face-off. He and John Varga will meet. Burns controls it, moves it to Reeder. Back for Burns. Rockets just trying to play keep away right now. Dug out nicely by Favaro out front for Burns, and he never got a stick on it. Favaro again trying to sneak it through the maze of skates. Favaro has it behind the net. Off the puck by Drew Shenik. Spokane power play history. Here come the Rockets. Roll it around behind. John Duvall. Shoot it ahead, Favaro. Touches it out to center. Corey Stock there to stop it for the Rockets. With 3.5 left. Becker. Up to Favaro. And down the ice it goes. Icing the call. They'll drop it in the Spokane end. 3 minutes and 19 seconds remain in this one. Last game we had here on Prime Sports Northwest, the Portland Winterhawks scored a goal with, I believe, Jim, about 1 minute and 15 seconds left to tie it.
That's correct.
Was it Scott Nickel that did the honor for...
Scott Nickel tied it up for Portland. Blake Knox won it in overtime for the Seattle Thunderbirds.
There's Valeri Bure. Bure this year, 32 goals, 46 assists, 78 points. He has not scored tonight. Rockets with the luxury of the lead, and in these final 3 minutes they can play keep away and very conservative, although Black centering pass taken away. Here comes Bure. Valeri Bure with McCabe in onside, and the shot is wide of Calvert. Loose, a shot by Townsend, and the net had come off. The shot hit the post anyway. I think the Rockets...
Oh, that was offside by 5 feet.
I think the Rockets were waiting for an offsides call, and it never came.
Watch this.
Let's see.
Ryan McCabe, look at this. He was offside. He was going like he was setting a pick.
No whistle. The Chiefs continued.
It ends up coming here. Watch Townsend, number 9. He's going to get it and snap it off the goalpost, but the net was off its moorings. You can't tell in that shot there, but the net was not on its post. That's why the whistle went.
2:54 left. Spokane down a goal. Podolin out to a point. Duvall with a shot. Calvert made the stop. And a right wing Schulte trying to give it up for Stasiuk. He lost the puck. Here comes Podolin to the rescue. He can't center. And it's all the way down the ice. Barry Becker out to look at it. Stock with a shot. Becker will hold on to it. 2 minutes, 29 seconds left. Chiefs still down a goal.
Not a bad play from a Tacoma standpoint. Get the puck down in Spokane's end, direct the puck towards the net, and create a face-off.
Now Paxton Schulte right now
He's had a lot of ice time tonight. He has to be tired.
When do you think about pulling Mr. Becker? When you get under a minute and a half?
When I coached up in Seattle for the Thunderbirds, I used to try and pull the goalie about a minute and 15, minute and 20 seconds left in the game. Most coaches like to wait till there's less than a minute to go before they pull the goalie. Depends on the situation. Brian Maxwell, his team desperately needs a win. They've got nothing to lose here. They not expected to win tonight's game, and they're putting up a great fight.
Here come the Chiefs. Up ice comes Randy Favaro. And the Chiefs try to keep it in the Rockets' end. At the point, Sean Gillum rolls it down a wing. Kwiatkowski for the Rockets. And puck skipping over the stick of Lance Burns. He had a nice opportunity from that left circle. Never got a shot away. Rockets will dump it in, make a change. Chiefs try to wheel it up ice. Randy Favaro sends it in. That is time remaining, third period. Tacoma on top, 4-3. Favaro out front, and a shot by McCabe, saved by Calvert. Calvert gets a stick in the back. And the drop should stay in the Rockets' end. Calvert with the stop. The Chiefs are getting some opportunities here, Jim, and it's down to a minute 39 left.
That's right. They're putting the pressure on. They're going. Here's a shot by McCabe. It was floating. CCM. That's what we call those shots when they float like that, and you can see the maker of the puck, which is usually CCM or Cooper. Looks like somebody's calling a timeout.
Yes. There is Brian Maxwell.
With a minute and 39 seconds to go, what you want, there's less than a minute to go before they pull the goalie. Depends on the situation. Brian Maxwell, his team desperately needs a win. They've got nothing to lose here. They not expected to win tonight's game, and they're putting up a great fight.
Here come the Chiefs. Up ice comes Randy Favaro. And the Chiefs try to keep it in the Rockets' end. At the point, Sean Gillum rolls it down a wing. Kwiatkowski for the Rockets. And puck skipping over the stick of Lance Burns. He had a nice opportunity from that left circle. Never got a shot away. Rockets will dump it in, make a change. Chiefs try to wheel it up ice. Randy Favaro sends it in. That is time remaining, third period. Tacoma on top, 4-3. Favaro out front, and a shot by McCabe, saved by Calvert.